I I've been really ill with virus, fighting the virus, simple cold virus turning into lung infection. And since November the 11th, I've been pretty much housebound in bed. I'm just starting to get to my feet. I don't know how long it's going to last. I'm 76 years old. I have Parkinsonism, and I was made homeless by secret filing is legal in Ontario and every province in Canada but Alberta, Manitoba, and Saskatchewan. I've done several rather lengthy videos on this. All the events are there. If you're really interested, you can look it up. Just look up property theft in Canada. Greed and corruption made legal in Canada. It's kind of a last-ditch effort. I sent a copy out to every media, both by mail and email, television stations, coast to coast, to try to expose the truth, to get human rights for Canadians before I die. And it looks like that's not going to happen. I did file a complaint against Trent Faldeen, my lawyer, at the Law Society of Upper Canada, because what he did was so schizophrenic and insane in canceling my affidavit after paying him $60,000 plus the $10,000 pro bono. We won't talk about that. I don't mind that. That was to fight police brutality. And I've been a political activist in human rights all my life, starting with rape against children, beatings. I kind of grew up feeling I was really lucky that my father was a violent maniac and not a sex maniac, because I had a girlfriend being raped by her father. And I don't want to go into that, but let's just say there isn't much that I haven't fought all my life. And any successes I've ever had has come from Americans, not Canadians. I don't know why media in Canada hates me, and media in the United States have always been helpful to me on health issues. But when it comes to our laws and our political system, well, the Americans' news media, I'm sorry, can't get involved. It's got nothing to do with them. Unless Trent had done what I paid him to do and filed an affidavit with the Canadian government and get this secret filing banned under Section 7 of the Charter of Rights, because it is a travesty of justice and it is totally a violation of every basic human rights, that anybody can put their name on your property in secret, sever joint tenancy in secret, steal your home, steal your property, steal the income thereof, and the cops won't even lay a charge, because guess what? It's legal. Now, I think they could find a way if they gave a shit, but frankly, I'm in Sudbury, and I have a couple of police that are on my team. They care about me. They care about my work. But the system is so corrupt, even the ones that care can't do anything about it. So I'm not even going to go there. Our court system is corrupt. Our judges are corrupt. They take perjured testimony and put it into evidence, and they frame men to go to jail for crimes they didn't commit. Well, look. Just the other day in January, what they do, not January, anyway, it doesn't matter. Some maniac in the United States fired 5 semi-rounds into a young guy. He was partying, he was drunk, and he did something stupid, but he was unarmed, and they murdered him, and he got off. Anyway, I'm trying to keep this short. I keep going too long. I'm sorry. I'm now up to 4 minutes. It's really hard, you know. I gave up everything to fight for your rights so that you and your children and your grandparents and your parents and your children's children will never, ever go through what my mother and I went through. I'm sorry. It's really hard. I'm going to read to you what I said to W5CBC and CTV. Go public, and they both rejected me. My legal name. I'm not giving you that online. but my email will be posted. If you know of a human rights lawyer that could help, please let me know. I think the first mistake I made was I tried to go after the government for no money at all except to get the ban the law. I thought if I did that, maybe I'd stand a chance of winning. That was my mistake. I should have filed for $18 million and then the media might have given a shit. Anyway, I'm sorry, but it's just so hard. Why would Trent sabotage my life's work? I was held hostage by my brother in these goddamn laws for 17 years. It killed my mother. Anyway. True story. I sent to pro bono in CTV. Secret filing is a travesty of justice and has no place in a democratic society. I expect I will never see justice as the system is completely corrupt and Canada is not a true democracy. It cost my mother, who died at 98 with a broken heart, over $1 million in properties and our home. I sent them all the evidence and all the documented proof. It took me 17 years and $60,000 plus. Well, when you consider the other lawyers that were involved that didn't do anything, we won't go there. Not including my home and property. I gave all my furniture and all her clothes to St. Vincent de Paul. I gave away very valuable, treasured items to people that I love and care about me, because I'm in a room. My boyfriend of 32 years took me in on the streets. I mean, I am lucky to have him okay. But I had a 4-bedroom home that was mine, and I lost it. I gave it up to rescue my mother from poverty. I gave up so much to get human rights, and I failed. I was robbed. Fraud was committed. Cheated, lied to. Because I have a disease that makes me vulnerable. When I take an attack, I paralyze and I can't read and write, and I'm extremely, severely handicapped. And I have a tumor on my leg that did central nerve damage. My life is extremely painful and survival is brutal torture. And all I cared about was to get human rights for Canadians coast to coast. I don't care about the money or anything. I just care that I failed to get human rights, and I could have had it. I could have had it. I don't know why Trent went so insane. Maybe he's smoking too much pot, I don't know. But the something is wacko that he would do this to me. I loved him like a son. So did my mother. Anyway, it's in the hands of what he did. The Law Society probably won't or can't do anything, so it's a done deal. I can't get another lawyer. I've tried. No group, no legal system will help me. Everything was going so well. And when I started to run out of money and I got upset with what the government was doing to me, he turned on me. He closed me down and he sabotaged my human rights case and my case against my brother for fraud. I lose both cases by default. What he did is so sick. And it could have made such a difference. I am I'm doing the best I can, but I don't know how to get the word out. I don't know how to make the media publish the truth and stop people from losing their homes and their properties because secret filing is legal in Canada. The one thing that's really interesting is that secret filing is not legal if you're not from North America. In other words, if you're from Russia, you can't do anything on a property owned by a Russian in Canada in secret. You have to serve notice to all registered owners. It's only if you're a Canadian or an American. And for some reason, everybody just thinks it can't happen to them. They just think, oh, well, I've got money, it can't happen to me. We had over $1 million and it happened to us. And I know of many people who had an estate worth over $1 million and it happened to them. But because it's all done in secret, and they get a lawyer and they go to court and they try to get the property back, which they don't, you can't possibly get it back. You know, property's gone. Or you're forced to sell in duress. So, yes, it can happen to you. And I don't care how much money you have. There is no protection for registered ownership in Canada, except for Alberta, Manitoba, and Saskatchewan. Anyway, I'm sorry I'm breaking down here, but it's all that rejection and all that work. And I can't get anybody to care. Anyway, I have all the evidence if anybody wants it. I'm very ill and I have neither the health nor the money to start all over again. I begged Premier of Ontario, Attorney General of Ontario, Prime Minister Trudeau, members of Parliament. I didn't even get a kiss my butt reply. So, well, not that I expected. I've been sending to them for 17 years and they don't give a shit. But I'm asking people, please contact the media. My story isn't just about me. It's about you. It's about your rights. Please consider that my cause to save Canadians from becoming victims, as indeed senior women are the most vulnerable from going through what Mother and I endured. I spent my life fighting for human rights, whether I was working or not. So I don't know. My disease was caused by rapeseed oil, alias Canadia, hidden in Canadian food, not on the label. That's another human rights that I lost with Health Canada. We still have no right to know legislation. Several years ago, an American contacted me, called me from Washington and said, boycott Canadian food. That's the only way you're ever going to survive and reverse your brain damage. Well, I control it to a limited degree, and I did reverse the brain damage, and I did restore my memory, but there's too much damage, too many years, decades of damage done. I can't cure it, so I live with paralyzing attacks. But if you catch it in early stages, and if you make sure that you don't feed it to your children. But you see, the thing is, if you're Canadian, you have to boycott the Canadian food because everything isn't on the label. We have no rights. Oh, I don't know. If I had gotten fundamental human rights and secret filing banned, it would have made the brutal torture I endure and my mother went through, and, you know, she would be dancing in the heavens happy right now. Except I failed. I seek neither fame nor money. I just wanted to see justice in Canada coast to coast. And yes, I made a terrible mistake. I should have filed that damned affidavit for $18 million. Maybe Trent wouldn't have been so quick to dump me. I would have had some publicity. Anyway, pray for me. Pray for yourselves. Right now, I'm feeling like there's no hope. You out there, you're my hope. God bless. And if you're going to buy property, well, beware. I don't know how to protect you. You'll have to find a way to protect yourself somehow. But since the law allows for secret filing, I don't know how you can do it. I can help you with wills and estates. In Ontario, the executor is allowed to take, when you die, title and full ownership to all your properties. And if you don't want that, you got to get a special paragraph put in there to stop it. I have a lawyer, real estate lawyer, who's looking at that for me. I have a paragraph posted online. It's better than nothing. And I've given it to the police, even the police chief and all the police wanted it. So I gave it to them and I've posted it online. And again, this is 16 minutes. It's too long. I'm sorry I break down. But unless I get secret filing banned, everything I've done in my life, I feel like it's been a complete waste. Only you can change that. My future is your future, and your future is my future. We're in this together. God bless.